So Mother's Day is this upcoming Sunday, and the one thing that has always come to my mind when thinking of Mother's Day, other than my mom, of course, duh, is the book Love You Forever. I don't know if you've ever heard of this book before. I sure have. That's the reason why I am going to be reading it to you guys today. This is going to be a whole try not to cry challenge. I don't know if anybody still does that stuff anymore, but today I'm going to be reading this book, Love You Forever, in honor of Mother's Day because it is the most Mother's Day themed book ever. And if you've never heard of it, you don't know about it, you'll see why by the end of this video. But yeah, I'm going to be reading this today. Trying not to cry. Little backstory on this book. When I was younger, my parents both used to read it to me, but that was like before I gained consciousness, so I didn't know the very deep implications in this book. I didn't understand it. It kind of went over my head, like a lot of other kids' books do, typically with children, and then you grow up and you're like, oh crap, that's depressing. It's the same case with this book here. So a couple years ago, in a land far away, different plane of existence, I used to work at a daycare. And it was this one day, end of the day, the daycare's about to close. Parents were coming to pick up their kids. And I'm just sitting in one of the classrooms doing like a circle time, reading to all the kids. And I told one of them to go pick a book off the shelf, and they picked this one. And I was like, oh yeah, like my parents used to read that to me when I was your age, and blah, 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 blah. So, you know, I have the kids sit down, we're just reading this book. And it had been a while. Like, the last time that I had read that book before that was when my parents read it to me as a kid. So like I said, pre-consciousness. And then when I read the book, as I'm reading it to them while all these parents are coming in to pick up their kids from daycare, I start getting choked up over the last couple pages. Like, I struggled. When I tell you I struggled to get the words out and finish this book in front of a group of 4-year-olds. So we're going to be reading this today in honor of Mother's Day. Mothers everywhere out there, we love you forever, and we're going to try not to cry today. So you have been warned. I haven't used my daycare reading voice in a while. Okay. Love You Forever, written by Robert Munsch, I think. Illustrated by Sheila McGraw. You know what? Let me read it this way. Oh, my library receipt. I forgot to mention, yeah, I did get this at the library because I'm not going to be paying money to buy a book that will re-traumatize me. We get traumatization for free, guys. Okay? Maybe I should move like this. Can you all see that? Can you see that book right now? Okay. A mother held her new baby and very slowly rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she held him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. The baby grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. Honestly, it's giving when you're trying to get the word count up for your essay to submit it. He grew until he was 2 years old, and he ran all around the house. He pulled all the books off the shelves. He pulled all the food out of the refrigerator, and he took his mother's watch and flushed it down the toilet. Sometimes his mother would say, "This kid is driving me crazy." But at nighttime, when that 2-year-old was quiet, she opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of his bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Ew, sorry, I just noticed my hand looked like a alien pterodactyl crap hand. Sorry about that. Also, this picture, like, if you woke up in the middle of the night and your mom was just, like, peeking over the bed at you, like, night terrors. This book is traumatizing. Case in point. The little boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 9 years old. And he never wanted to come in for dinner. He never wanted to take a bath. And when Grandma visited, he always said bad words. Sometimes his mother wanted to sell him to the zoo. Can you imagine saying bad words to your grandmother? Like, she just comes into the house and gives you, like, a plate of, like, homemade chocolate chip cookies. And she's just like, oh, here, Sonny, here's some cookies. And it's like, shut up, you. Also, he does not look 9. He looks like 13 in that picture. And who is he? Is he a Sasquatch? Look at those footprints. But at nighttime, when he was asleep, the mother quietly opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor like a creep, and looked up over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that 9-year-old boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. The boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a teenager. He had strange friends and he wore strange clothes and he listened to strange music. That sounds like me. Sometimes his mother felt like she was in a zoo. Admire the fact that they are eating pizza on his mother's very fine china. But at nighttime, when that teenager was asleep, the mother opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that great big boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Peggy Hill? Is this Bobby Hill?
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Where's Hank? The teenager grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a grown-up man. He left home and got a house across town. Aw, his poor stalker mother. Now she'll have nobody to project all of her insecurities of being a single mother and receiving no love from a man onto her son. We need a therapist to react to this book. Can someone out there with like a PhD in psychology react to this book, please? Because this is just, I don't know. But sometimes on dark nights, the mother got into her car and drove across town. Where do you think she's going? If all the lights in her son's house were out, she opened his bedroom window, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of his bed. If that great big man was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Alright guys, so even though this is really creepy and she's breaking and entering, I'm already starting to tear up because I know what direction the book is going in. And I'm already starting to kind of like, I'm mentally preparing myself. I swear, I'm gonna try to not cry, okay? Like, this is just sad and also simultaneously really creepy. Like, someone needs to make this into like an edited horror movie. Like, I don't know if you've seen that clip of like someone took random out of context scenes from Elf and they made it into like a trailer for a horror movie and it worked so well. This could be that. Well, that mother, we changed from the son. We're going to the mother now, guys. She got older and older and older. One day, she called up her son and said, You'd better come see me because I'm very old and sick. So her son came to see her. When he came in the door, she tried to sing the song. She sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, but she couldn't finish because she was too old and sick. Okay. The son went to his mother, he picked her up and rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and he sang this song. I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my mommy you'll be. When the son came home that night, he stood for a long time at the top of the stairs. Oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry. Challenge failed. Then he went into the room where his very new baby daughter was sleeping. He picked her up in his arms and very, very slowly rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while he rocked her, he sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. That was like such a cinematic tear, guys. Like, what? Can we replay that? I swear to God, like, that's the end of the book. I just, I'm proud of myself. I just want to say that because I thought it was going to be a whole lot worse. But you know what? That's fine. If you have ever read and been traumatized by this book, comment below. I would love to hear your story about it, your experience with it. But yeah, Love You Forever by Robert Munsch. It's been traumatizing children since 1986. Also, I feel like Gen Alpha isn't traumatized enough yet. So if you know a Gen Alpha sticky coughing iPad kid, grab this book and be like, hey, let's go read this book together and traumatize them, please. But yeah, that's literally today's video. Happy Mother's Day.